Hello and welcome. If you're new here, do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button down below for content like this and many more. For all your current subscribers, thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it. Now, what do I have next to me? This is the all-new 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander. This is the big one. This is about 6.5 inches longer than the current Highlander and about 2.3 inches wider. It's a big boy. It can sit 7 passenger and up to 8 depending on the configuration. I'm gonna talk about it, go over all the specs, the features, and before I go, I just want to continue to say thank you very much, Toyota, for allowing me to have this vehicle in my home test area. Stay tuned, that is coming up next. Okay, let's talk 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander. It is very bold and in charge, and if you look closely, it looks very related to design-wise to the RAV4 instead of the current Highlander. And it's not a bad looking front end. It has the very the square front end headlights, boxy front end, that massive grille. My tester is the Hybrid Max Platinum. What that means is this is the absolute highest trim version of this. So this has a 2.4 cylinder turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with a 6-speed automatic. Yes, no CVT in this one, and it makes 362 horsepower and about 400 pounds-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive, but it's an electronic all-wheel drive. So what that means is there is nothing connecting the front wheels and the back wheels, and the back wheel has an electric motor independent from the front. Now let's just go over the styling. It's big. This is a massive vehicle. Toyota did their homework when it comes to making a vehicle to compete with the likes of the Hyundai Palisade, Kia Telluride, Honda Pilot, Nissan Pathfinder, Mazda CX-90, Chevy Equinox, and so on, Ford Explorer, and so on. So this competes in the very crowded and very competitive 3-year-old family market. This paint is very nice. I think it's like called indigo blue pearl or something like that. I'll insert the name when I after post. It's riding on Yokohama Geolandar all-season tires wrapped in 20-inch wheels because this is the absolute highest trim. It does have 360 camera, so that means it has a camera in the front grille, one in each mirror. It does have the keyless smart entry, so you just put your hand on the door handle and it unlocks. And just looking at it, it's massive. I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit. And walking in the back of it, the family resemblance to the RAV4 is very obvious, especially in the back, the way the tail light design is. You can clearly see it if you're familiar. You got the Hybrid Max badge on the left, Platinum on the right. And of course, this has power tailgate, so let's open that up. And while we're back here, let's just take a look at the cargo area. So behind the third row is about 20.6 cubic feet of space. Very large behind the third row. With the seat folded, you fold them like so, you get about 57 cargo capacity, which is a lot. And for a total of 97.5 if you fold those second row, so almost 100 cubic feet of space. You do have USB-C, which I'll show in the interior, USB-C ports. There is vents all up on the roof. My tester has a JBL sound system. So JBL sound system, premium wireless CarPlay, Android, all that good stuff. All right, so let's take a look at the interior, the features, and then we go for our final drive. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's take a look at the interior of this Toyota Grand Highlander. And before I go in, I just want to show you guys a little trick that this vehicle has. Of course, you could do it with the app, but most people don't know. It does have remote start with the key. So you press once, twice, and on the third one, you hold it until it starts blinking and the vehicle will turn on. This one being a hybrid, of course, it's not going to do anything. Well, it turned on the engine now, but if in some cases you will not hear the engine turn on because it is a hybrid vehicle. But, and I think if you hold it 1, 2, 3, it should shut it off. Let's see. I guess not. All right, so let's step inside. The key set is nice. It has a copper finish. It says Grand Highlander inside. A little copper regular key, nothing crazy. It has the panic button, big bold Toyota logo, and the lift gate button. So let's take a look at the interior now. And this vehicle does have power folding mirrors. Materials are nice. They're very nice, soft padded leather. This one has like a golden brown leather, which is very nice. The seats are heated and cooled for front row and the second row. You got that little copper accent, nice large headliner. And let's step inside. It is a little cold, 32 degrees, which is crazy as of my filming. It kind of has like a fake carbon fiber-ish look here. You know, you do have materials. This vehicle does have, being that this is the platinum version, it does have dual 12.3-inch displays. So this one is the infotainment. So it has wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. Let me take off the gloves because I don't need it inside the car because I'm already inside the car. So of course this vehicle does have 360 camera. So you press this button here and you get that little 3D thing, spinning thing. But if you do put it in reverse, you get the full gamut of different views. So you have the top-down view. If you do have a trailer, and this vehicle can tow up to 5,000 pounds in the Hybrid Max version. So that's the trailer assist lines right there. And let me just go back to the regular view. And yeah, that's the trailer line right there. So if you're lining up with the trailer, you can kind of see what's going on there. And that's a little bit of a different view. And if you do put it in drive, it activates all of the cameras. So that is the actual front camera right there, you know, showing what's in front of itself. And of course you do have the full 360 camera here. The infotainment screen is fully customizable. You can of course change the way the gauges look. You can change what's in each left and right quadrant. The middle screen, you can change it as well. So I'll insert a little video so you guys can see what that looks like, or possibly do a different video showing the technology. And moving on to the center console, you do have an electronic shifter. He showed me you just got to push this way and down for drive, push one more for manual mode, because this does have a real transmission, paddle shifters on the wheel, and push left for neutral, and then P for park. You do have a wireless charger right here. A lot of space. You got cubby space right there, so you can put a lot of stuff there. So for example, I have this water bottle here. You can put that water bottle there. So technically, basically 3 cup holders. The center console does have a little lid that you can open like so, and it's very, very deep. Got a deep well in there. A little hard to pick up on camera. You can slide this in and out like so. The lid does not open, so this is it. This only this little sliding little thing opens. You do have a couple of different driving modes. So you have mud and sand, rock and dirt, sport mode, eco, and then the button here in the middle does normal mode. But you can of course twist it, and you'll see a little animation there, rock and sand. So, and then you got hold on a second, it's not cooperating. There's mud and sand, there's rock and dirt, and then sport mode. It turns on the engine when you hit sport mode. What that does, it allows you, the transmission shift points are a little faster. Then you press more normal mode, and you also have eco mode for better fuel efficiency. This vehicle does have the upgraded JBL sound system, like I mentioned. I believe it's about 11 speakers. So you got speakers all the way in the third cabin, third row, 3-zone climate control. So fully automatic for the second row, heated and ventilated front seats, like I mentioned, for both driver and passenger. This is Toyota's new infotainment system, which is very, very good. So this is Google. It has Google Maps. You have, of course, your media sources, the phone call, vehicle settings in here, climate control, rear options. The sky's the limit in terms of, you got an energy flow meter. So what this does, it tells you what the vehicle's doing when you're driving. So that's the battery indicator, because it's a hybrid. So if you put it in drive, and if you go back to the hybrid energy, right now the vehicle's off, so that's the engine, and it kind of shows you what's going on with the power flow. If I start moving, see, it kind of shows you what's going on with the car. You know, a little nice eye candy if you want to see what's going on, and that's the backup camera. So, and then the engine turns on, it'll display that there. It does have, like I said, full Google Maps navigation. Moving on to the center console, more center console, electronic parking brake right here, auto brake hold, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and up here, of course, you do have controls for the lighting. Everything's LED. You do have a massive panoramic sunroof, which in this particular trim, because this is the platinum version, auto dimming mirror, and you can see me, hello. But it also has the camera, rear view camera, inside the glass, so you could have the car full of people and you would not, you'll be able to see perfectly fine, which is very nice. Nice feature, very useful, because you have, and it's an actual camera versus the mirror. And if you want to go back to regular mirror mode, you can just, of course, flip it, and then you can see, you know, what's behind you, normal mode. All right, so let's take a look at the back seat. Oh, and the steering wheel is fully heated. Telescopic steering wheel. For my frame, I'm about 5'8". I fit fine behind the driver's seat, comfortable, the seats. It does have two-way lumbar support. Power dual, both seats are powered. And here on this side, you do have the switch for the automatic headlight, steering wheel control. It does have an AC inverter, 1500 watts, so you have an actual power outlet in the center console and a trunk area, which I'll show in a second. All right, let's take a look at the back seat, then the third seat, and then we go for a quick drive. Stay tuned for that. Okay, so moving into the second row, I'm about 5'8". The seat is adjusted to how I would drive, very comfortable. The seats are reclining, so you can recline it like so, and you can move the seat like so, forward and backwards, to give access to the third row. And that's it. You got, you know, you do have heated and cool seats back here. You do have a center zone. You do have USB-Cs, which I'll show you guys in a second what that looks like. All right, let's take a look at more of the features back here, and then we go on the third row. Stay tuned for that. Okay, so going back to the third row, the back seat, you do have built-in sunshades on both doors, which is very nice. Materials are very similar to the front end. To the front, soft plastic here, nicely leather wrapped. You got a little, I don't know what this cup is for, extra cup holders, I have no idea. But you get in, and let's close that door, because it is a little chilly. And like I mentioned, this is the leg room I have here. This is the controls for the back seat. So you do have heated and ventilated rear seats, which is nice. Of course, fully automatic, so it'll be tied to the front. You do have the USB-Cs on both ends, and you do have the power inverter, the 1500 watts, if I can open it, household style outlet inverter right there. So you can, of course, plug in. And there's a look at the cluster, which is very nice. The dashboard with that copper accent everywhere. And of course, very airy with the panoramic sunroof. You do have air vents all over the roof of the car. Very, very nice. All the way in the third row as well. So you do have, and speakers, looks like speakers everywhere. So you have speakers all over the place, or maybe microphones. And then in the center here, you do have a center console here that you can, of course, put cubbies, cell phones on here on the sides. You can charge it. And this is actually removable. So you can do it like so. And you can pick it up. And then it gives you easy access to the third row. All right, let's take a look at the third row. Again, keep in mind I am 5'8", and the seat, I will adjust it to how my comfortable seating position. So the driver's seat is adjusted to how I would drive, and the back seat, plenty of leg room and headroom back here. All right, let's take a look at the third row, and then we'll go for our final drive. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's get myself into the third row. Simple operation. You just pull this lever here, slide the seat forward like so. Watch your head getting in. Close the door. You can pull the seat back. And like I said, I am 5'8", and I have plenty of room. Of course, the person in front of you can be a little bit more generous. Headroom is decent here. These seats do recline, so you can get comfortable like so. And it's not a torture chamber. You can survive here. You can have two people here sitting across. And it's definitely a big improvement over the current Highlander, which is, the third row is very small compared to this one. This one is absolutely big and comfortable for family of all sizes. All right, let's take the Grand Highlander for a quick drive and my final thoughts. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's drive the 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander. Let me just close the shade back here. Okay, that's about right. That's good. All right, let's go for a drive. Keep in mind, this is a very large vehicle, so it is impressive what this powertrain can do for a 2.4 cylinder turbocharged engine for something this big, because this vehicle is very, very large. So let me do my usual test loop. And I forgot to mention that this vehicle has, of course, Toyota's current active safety sense suite of active systems. So lane departure warning, lane keep assist, lane centering, automatic braking, rear pedestrian pedestrian warning, all the safety stuff, and that's all standard across every trim. The only differentiate between this and the lower trims is that the screen is a little smaller on the lower trims. But driving it on my local roads here, it drives okay. Yes, you do feel the four-cylinder engine kicking on a little bit, so what I call the four-cylinder chatter. But the suspension is comfortable for something that has 20-inch wheels, and it's not bad. It's not bad. Power is decent. I'm actually very impressed how something this big gets up and go. Also keep in mind that it is all-wheel drive, but it's completely electronic. So in the back, there's an electric motor back there, completely detached from the front. So there's no drive shaft. There's nothing going back and forth. It's all computer controlled, and I will demonstrate a little bit of that in the highway. Of course, you got different modes, but which I don't think most people are going to use those modes. And let me put it into sport mode here. Get up and go, a little bit of power. Put your foot on the brake, on the gas. And something that surprised me, that I thought this car vehicle had a CVT. And yeah, it gets in, it goes, no problem. Of course, you can put it back to normal mode. It's very compliant, very smooth, no drama. It will be interesting to see this vehicle being driven fully loaded with more people than just one. The most I've had was myself, my wife, and my daughter. It does have anchor points for the child seat, so very easy to get to. And it's not bad. I mean, this is a very highly competitive market, the 3-row family hauler. This one, I like the fact that it does have a real 6-speed automatic, not CVT, and it's pretty much absent. You don't feel it at all doing this thing. MPG wise, I was able to get about 26 and a half, almost 27, which for something this large, that's actually very good. And visibility with the 3rd-row seat up is a little limited, but if you flip on this camera view, problem is gone, problem solved. You can see everything perfectly fine. And the sound system is decent, the JBL sound system. You know, it sounds okay. I was playing, of course, local stations. You know, it does have a good sound output coming out of it. But overall, in my week of testing, it's not too bad. This thing it does get looks in terms of people can't believe how big it is. You know, people are surprised how massive this thing is. And it is bigger than the Pilot. It is bigger than the Hyundai Palisade and Kia Telluride twins. The only vehicle that comes close to it in terms of power and size is the Mazda CX-90, which is also very large. And that's pretty much it, folks. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for liking. If you're new here, subscribe. I also do car DIY stuff. And if you guys want me to film your cool car, just leave me a comment down below. Let me know how to contact you. And we can work something out. If you're within the tri-state area, of course. Tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, we can work something out. All right, thank you again, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care and stay safe.